What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Is Elon going to save Infowars? What a wild week. So first, let's go back. What was it, Wednesday or Thursday? It was reported that The Onion, well, technically their parent company, had purchased Infowars for a rumored amount of just $200,000. Then it was quickly revealed that the entire auction process was shenanigans. It was not an open market, an open auction. It was sealed bid, and there were many people who claimed that they weren't even allowed to make bids on the company, and that ultimately the person in charge of the auction chose a company that would shut Infowars down as opposed to the highest bidder. So they gave the bid to the highest bidder. Corruption abound in many people's opinions. Well, late last week, Infowars revealed and a judge revealed that they have halted the sale now. And it looks like Elon Musk's lawyers are involved. Things are getting spicy. Let's look at all this. Just a quick reminder today, the hilarious Tailgates for Trump special edition from this summer, back in stock with delicious recipes like Tim Walz's creamy horseradish sauce, Trump Tower Zinger Burger, Joe Biden's Brain Blast, and stuff like that. But now we have also a Christmas and New Year's edition, which has 50 recipes in it. Just absolutely all delicious and hilarious. Makes the perfect gift for not just you, but the, freedom-loving family member you have, or the triggered lib. Makes a great office gift. Peanuts, freedom bean, almondines in here. It's just so many hilarious recipes. Cornflake was a bad dude casserole, stuff like that. Link in the description. It's available at tailgatesfortrump.com as well. Get yours pre-ordered today. Everything should start shipping next Monday or Tuesday, is what they told me. Now, if the books get here Friday, well, we'll spend all weekend to try to get most of it all shipped out. Let's look at this. Breaking: Infowars auction fraud exposed in bombshell federal court filing. Read the full filing, link down below, and watch Alex break it down live. Now, what's funny is the lead, or one of the heads, Ben Collins, who he's the current CEO of The Onion, a website that hasn't been relevant. I mean, again, I admit it was funny. When I was young, I thought that it was a funny website and it used to genuinely be funny. Those days are long gone. He puts out this long quote post about, the long and short of it, we won the bid and you're not going to believe it. The Infowars people aren't taking it well. Well, it looks like he's lying. On Thursday, the person overseeing the auction told us that the Onion's bid won for Infowars, along with Connecticut families also won. We haven't heard anything that's changed yet, except, of course, from the guys currently running Infowars, doing Infowars stuff. There was a status conference with the judge overseeing the auction on Thursday. Shortly after we were deemed the winners, the judge had some questions about the process and assets. We're glad he's doing that, since our bid with the families is clearly the best and transparency is even more important. We left the hearing with clear next steps, blah, 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 except angry judge questions transparency of the bid. Oops. Here's emergency motion to disqualify Global Techahedron LLC's bid. This motion seeks an order that may adversely affect you. If you oppose the motion, you should immediately contact the moving party to resolve the dispute. If you and the moving party cannot agree, you must file a response and send a copy to the moving party the day that was served, blah, 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 blah. You can read, obviously, the full court filing here, but the long and short of it is, factually, the judge has, in fact, halted the Onion's purchase of Infowars to review the bankruptcy auction process. Ben Collins, CEO of the Satire Internet Parents Company, says the sale is, quote, underway pending standard processes. I don't know that I would agree that it's standard for the judge to halt the sale. I don't know that I could, I'm not an expert in this type of thing, but generally when something sells, it sells. I'm not sure why you would argue that, you know, that the judge halting it is normal. That seems like a cope to me. The bankruptcy judge overseeing Chapter 7 liquidation of Infowars and Jones's assets on Thursday temporarily halted the transfer of Infowars to the Onion and ordered an evidentiary hearing to review the auction, in which bids were submitted, quote, secretly. Okay, this is on Variety. No one should feel comfortable with the results of this auction. Judge Christopher Lopez of the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of Texas said at emergency status conference, according to an audio recording of the hearing shared with the court in the docket Friday. The hearing has been now set for November 25th, so a full week from now. Again, let me reread that. No one should feel comfortable with the results of this auction. Does that sound like a normal procedure to you? Does that sound like a normal thing? The judge is just, making sure we cross all our T's and dotted all of our I's. That's not what it sounds like to me. It sounds far worse than that. Jones and his Free Speech Systems LLC parent company of Infowars filed for bankruptcy in 2022 after the ridiculous lawsuit against them. I should say the judgment. Again, if these parents wanted to sue, that's fine. That's one thing. At the status conference Thursday afternoon in Houston, lawyers for Jones and the only other bidder in the Infowars auction, First United American Group Companies, which operates shopalexjones.com website, complained about the secrecy of the process in which bids for a best and final offer were sealed. The terms of the Onion's winning bid have not been disclosed. The trustee who oversaw the auction, Christopher Murray, who seems corrupt, told the court that the Onion did not have a higher cash bid. They did not. So the trustee did not award them to the highest bidder. They instead corruptly, so why even call it an auction at all? If you're just going to award it to whoever's going to tank the company, then that wasn't an auction at all, was it? Now, if it's true that the Onion's bid was just $200,000 and they turned down a $3.5 million offer, I mean, that seems very corrupt, in my opinion. According to Murray, the Onion's deal was picked as a superior offer because the Connecticut families agreed to forego much of the money that Jones owes them in order to pay other creditors. Well, it's also told that the money that the Onion included in their offer wasn't even real money, that it was future earnings, that they didn't even have cash backing it. Well, now, Elon Musk's ex has just filed a notice of appearance in the Alex Jones Infowars bankruptcy case. Here you have, by the way, bankruptcy trustee and the SH families, the Onion and auction company all caught in collusion to buy Infowars with paper IOUs. Yes, paper IOUs. Collusion equals a secret or illegal cooperation, or conspiracy, especially in order to cheat or deceive others.
Did actually, as one of my closing acts at the end of the Trump administration, argue a case about the U.S. bankruptcy trustees, who are the same folks here who are bedeviling Alex Jones and went in and shut him down. And look, as you were describing, they have, in connection with the private trustees that are set up and that they supervise, fiduciary duties to make sure that they get a maximum return for the creditors, right? And so if what Alex Jones describes is correct, Steve, that there were other bidders, maybe led by Roger Stone, and he's a hero for putting them together to try to rescue Infowars. And if they had the highest bid and that was ignored, that's a serious legal issue that will need to be examined.
I would think so too. So now it looks like, so we have this filing. Angry judge questions transparency. We see the cope coming from them. Then you see, obviously, by the way, all major advertisers have now returned to X. Remember when major companies, including Disney, pulled their advertising from X after Elon Musk took over and Elon told them to go F themselves? Well, they've all come crawling back. I'm not surprised about that. You see this, Alex is trying to halt the sale of Infowars. Elon Musk X just got involved in the case. Now, maybe he's just providing lawyers pro bono to make sure it's, everything's going okay. Or maybe he's going to make a bid and buy it. He wrote, he said, I was told Elon is going to be very involved in this, Jones said during a live broadcast on X. After Infowars was seized and shut down, Jones promptly began operating under the name and branding a new venture, dubbed the Alex Jones Network, which streams on X. Jones noted that lawyers for X were present at the hearing, adding somewhat mysteriously, the cavalry is here. Trump is pissed. He later elaborated that Trump knows I'm one of his biggest defenders. An attorney who entered an appearance for X didn't respond to the request for comment, nor did X's press office. Onion CEO Ben Collins, previously a loser journalist at NBC News, covering disinformation, told Mother Jones Friday morning, we won the bid. The idea that he was just going to walk away from this gracefully without doing this sort of thing is funny in itself. In a statement reprinted in Variety and other outlets, Collins said that the sale is currently underway, pending standard processes. It doesn't look like that. I told you, Jones crowed during Friday night's broadcast. Back to his usual desk. If you want to fight, you've got one. After the original. So what's interesting is, if this is all for naught, if Elon's not involved, then why is the website back up? Or it was. Why is the website back up? I thought you bought it. I thought the Onion bought it, and this is all normal stuff. Website's back up. It was down at some point. The broadcast was cut off at some point. You know, I don't know if Elon's buying it or if he's just donated lawyers to make sure there's no shenanigans. But this is going to be an interesting thing to watch. Make sure you leave a like on this video and you subscribe to this channel or follow it wherever you're watching so that I can keep you updated on all the latest information as it breaks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to get your amazing, hilarious holiday Trump cookbook over at tailgatesfortrump.com. Link in the description below. We'll talk to you again real soon.